We have made it 3 years with this reef tank. I cannot even believe that I've had this reef tank set up for 3 years now. That's insane, and we have come such a long way. So today we are doing the 3-year update on my Red Sea Max 250 reef tank. I feel like it hasn't changed in so long, but then I compare it to what it looked like before or even last year, and it's crazy to see the difference. There's definitely some stuff that I feel like hasn't really grown anymore, and I think that is due to the fact that it's just like out of space. For instance, my Zoa garden here, I haven't really seen much growth, and that's because there's nowhere for the corals to grow. They're just like all on top of each other. I've actually probably seen a little bit die off right here. Look at this mound over here. There is no space for it to grow. So that's, you know, a plant can only grow in the pot. I don't know if it's a saying or not, but like the plant can only grow so big in the pot that it's given before you need to give it like a bigger pot. I feel like that sounded a lot better in my head and it just didn't come out that way, but like, you get what I mean. I hope you get what I mean. I don't know. I have all these acros over here now. Boom, this one's got some awesome color growing on it. The Tangerine Dreams. It's gonna look really, really nice once it fully starts to color up. But you could already see that green at the bottom, the green at the base, and then we got the pinks starting to come out too. We got the ASD Rainbow looking good as ever. Something else you guys will notice from right now to a couple years ago is that the sand bed is nice and clean now. Like, look at this right here. It is as clean and beautiful as a sand bed, you know, could be. Or I guess I'm fine with how it is, I should say, but compared to what it was before, it is night and day. The little frag rack is doing good, and we got some nice little Zoa action happening over there. Also have this really nice toadstool coming out the side of the rock right there. If you guys remember, in the beginning, I used to have a humongous anemone here that just started killing off all my stuff. So this kind of gives us that like flowy movement in the corner, but doesn't, you know, kill everything. So that's good. Kept the nice little mushroom corner going over here. Got some blues, we got some greens. Still looking, look at the base of this thing, how it just really drove on in there, man. That's insane. That thing is thick. This little arch here is still looking a little empty. It used to be covered with GSP, but not no more. Little fun fact, so I do not run a heater in this tank for a couple different reasons. One, it runs really hot, so it's like 82-ish degrees. The temperature always says a little bit more, but you know, I feel like it's kind of under. I used to have a heater just set at like 80 or something, or 79, and I would just have it there so that way if the temperature did drop, you know, it would keep it within a stable range. I had it on once and I didn't have what a lot of you guys call, I think it's called like an ink bird or something like that, that monitors the heater, and we had a power outage, and when the power came back on, the heater, I guess, reset to like full heat mode, and yeah, it started just frying stuff up. So by the time I caught it, the water was already like super duper hot. Thankfully I didn't lose like crazy amount of stuff. I might have lost like, I think honestly just the GSP died off. It all started turning brown and it never really grew back again. It was a disaster and a half. I had to like open the vents, turn the back pumps off because those run hot, and then I had to have the MP10 running. I had to like move the water around to try to create circulation, but we made it. And anyway, so after that point, I decided to just turn the heater off because my temperature never really dropped below 80 anyway, just because of the tank setup and the pumps and everything. So yeah, that's just how I run this tank, no heater. Also, for anybody that's new starting out, I do want to say that just about every single piece of coral in this tank started from a little baby frag, like a $20 to $30 frag, with the exception of a couple pieces. You don't have to start with like humongous pieces to get things going and moving and you know, starting to look good. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at this stuff. This is 3 years of growth. I mean, probably like 2 years for most of it, but it just takes time. This rock right here with the Halle Berry Zoas is another one that, I mean, it's been full for a while and I don't really see any other growth because there's nowhere for it to go. I'm not mad about it. As you can see, I separated these because I didn't want the Zoas to start growing all over the place. So I kind of like them just like chilling right there. These guys are absolutely monstrous. I've had those for a while and they're just super fluffy all the way around. You can see like heads down there, all the way around. It would be cool to have like a tank on an incline like this so you could see everything. These guys get big, but they haven't really grown more than the 2 acan heads, which is a little strange. And I think I've had those for probably almost 2 years now. I got them at one of the frag swaps. I guess I should tell you about my fish too. So we got the blue hippo tang, Subi. Then we got the yellow tang, Flash. Then we got the 2 clownfish, Big Mama and Munchie. And then we have, you know, we had the beetles. There's still, I guess, the beetles, but there's only 2 of them now. So, and then these fish have been chilling in here for probably, I want to say like over a year. Like after the couple of them died off. Oh, and I almost forgot we got Grumpy down here somewhere. Grumpy is a Watchman Goby. He hangs out in there somewhere. I'm not sure where he is right now. They have all seemed to get along. I haven't added anybody new to the fish tank for a while, so they're chilling and they are happy. Also, I want to talk about some Aiptasia. So if you guys could look right here, there is absolutely no Aiptasia there. Don't know if you guys were here for some videos a little while ago, but I was having a little Aiptasia garden flourishing and we needed to figure out something to get rid of them. I dropped in 2 peppermint shrimp into my tank. They disappeared into the darkness, never to be seen again. However, after about a week, I noticed one piece of Aiptasia that was like kind of off out away from the mound disappeared, and I was like, dang, I guess they didn't die. They're still in there working. I know they're nocturnal, but I came out here and checked. I still didn't see them doing anything. So I was like, man, something probably ate them. Next thing you know, like less than a week later, I noticed that little mound, the flourishing garden of Aiptasia, was freaking disappearing. And as you can see now, there is absolutely nothing left. I have not done anything else except for put those peppermint shrimp in there. If you got Aiptasia and you're looking for something to get rid of it, drop some peppermint shrimp in the tank. They will take care of it. They are small, but they are freaking mighty. I also want to say that I don't know if all of them will work. However, this is my 2nd time using them to get rid of Aiptasia, and they have worked for me both times. So take that for what it is. I have trimmed back all this stuff so much because it just grows and grows and grows. Like, look at this jack-o'-lantern just hanging over the edge of the wall. A lot of you guys have wondered how I get my coral onto the back wall. It's nothing really exciting, guys. I literally just lean the coral against the wall. However, I could pivot it up there on the rock work and let it grow up. If you haven't picked this up from my channel yet, I try to keep things as simple as possible. So I just lean those puppies against the rock, lean them against the back, and you know, they're gonna grow towards the light. So they just, for me, have worked out to grow towards on the wall. Yeah. I still have that original blue tort acro that's up there underneath the blue plating sponge, which I've trimmed back a lot as well. And then over here, still my favorite side of the tank. I do think that might change once we get some more growth with the acros over here, but for right now, this side just stays being my favorite side. I'm sorry, over here, we'll work on you, but right now, it's just because this is so full. Like, there's no rock here. This is just all coral covered. It's all kind of found its way. A couple pieces got eaten. Like, I used to have I think it was a sapastria here, like a pink one, got demolished right here. But they're having like a little chemical warfare, but they're kind of like battling it out and just being okay. Like, I need to trim this all back. There's not even space in the arch hole anymore. I love this green slimer that's coming out. It's got so many new little heads popping up. I put it in the back, and I was originally nervous about how far back I put it because of the lights. And then, you know, as coral do, they grow towards the light. So that's kind of that look that we've been getting. Oh, by the way, this conch is what is responsible for keeping my sand bed looking like prime time, and highly recommended if you're having some issues with keeping your sand bed clean. Put the tequila sunrise mushroom over here because it fell off over there and it was just like killing stuff. So, I mean, we got some color here, but I still could work on getting it looking better to the eye this way. Up here, boom, solid. Down here, not so much, needs a little bit of work. I love this view of the tank. So dope. A little update on the Scully. We are still doing better, guys, ever since I flipped him around. That has also helped some more. I haven't fed in probably 2 days because I've come out here with the lights off and the mouth wasn't opened, so I haven't even like really bothered too much. His mouth does look a little funky right now, so I'm not sure what's going on there because the rest of it is looking okay. It looks like my bounce mushroom is trying to split. I could be wrong, but it looks like it has a little groove right here. Maybe it's splitting. That would be sweet because I will sell that puppy quickly. Love this guy. Still one of my all-time favorite corals. I believe it's called the Raptor Favia. So bright, so sick. Ever since I put it on a plate, it has just been growing out really nicely. And yeah, it's kept its colors really well at the bottom of the tank there. And definitely one of my top favorite corals in the tank right now. As you can probably hear, I need some water in the back. It's been a couple days since I've topped it off and it starts to get a little bit low. For those of you guys wondering about my filtration and what I have going on in the back here, again, I keep it as simple as possible. I can't exactly remember, and I already moved it a little bit and it's clouding up my tank, so I don't want to take it all the way out, but yeah, I usually stick to the basics. ChemiPure Elite and Purigen, filter floss, and polishing pads, and that's what, you know, I roll with. However, I will say that when my phosphates are always high, but when they were really, really high, I did use GFO and carbon for a little bit to help get those levels down. I have since gotten out of that. There's our guy, Grumpy. He chills. For those of you guys that are new here, I have installed Radion XR30 Pros into the hood of this tank. Boom, just like that. Yeah, that was pretty fun to do. But I do think that a large part of why my corals grow the way they do is due to this lighting system. I'm sure there's other stuff that does an excellent job as well for different pricing, but these have worked out great for me. It's been a minute since I've looked at the tank like this, and that thing is pretty. Man. Goodness gracious. I love all the different angles. Yeah, we definitely got to get another acro in here somewhere, a nice bright one. Oh, look at the scolie. Kind of see what I'm saying about the mouth being a little weird looking right now, but that corner, the receding corner, is not looking worse. It's looking pretty good. So I'll just keep at it, you know? Little by little, we will get it back. Euphyllia Garden is still doing good as well. That other frog spawn opened up just fine, and we have had no other issues popping up. I feel like the tank would be done when you look at all angles and every angle just looks sick. Like, so like looking at this right here, I feel like this is good. These would probably be okay once they open up, like fully. There's a little bit of space here that I would like to fill up. This all looks great. All looks great here. All looks great. All looks great. And then here we get a little dead zone again. No color. That's kind of definitely a spot I would like to bring life to keep that, you know, that fullness looking across. This as well could use a little bit of color, but I think that will kind of naturally happen once the acros start to grow in. This corner I think looks great, and then as you guys know, we're trying to work on that little arch as well, but like this is a good spot. And then once we have that, we'll have, you know, those three areas filled, and everything will look nice, filled, and everything will look great. I mean, it already looks great, but it will just look that little smidgen better, you know? Tank has come a long way in 3 years. I'm excited to see where it goes as well as the future tanks. I know you guys all want me to get a bigger tank. I just can't do it yet. I have no space here. I will get a bigger tank in the future, so make sure you guys are here for it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.